Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. It was so hard to get in. Zoom was giving me the hardest time. I wanted to show up on time.
Wow. Well, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Sister.
We're going to get started in a few minutes, just waiting for more people to join. If you want, you could quickly just introduce yourself and just tell us how long you've been in the truth.
Are you speaking to me?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So my name is Angela, and I would say that we started to learn about the truth as a family, maybe almost like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I started learning a little bit more about paganism, and I was in the Christian church. So because, it's okay for women to teach in the church, I started to learn and share with other so-called brothers and sisters. And little by little, I started to learn that they didn't like it very much. So then right before the pandemic, basically me and my family, we got out of the church. So so right now I'm pregnant as well. I'm due in maybe about 2 more weeks.
Wow.
So right now we're working on our second child. She'll be here soon. We have 1 6-year-old and then this one on the way.
Congratulations, Sister Taylor. She's due in what, 5 days? So
5 days?
Yep.
How exciting and how scary at the same time.
Yeah, it's got to be in the water, and I miss that water. All praise to the Most. Look, my sister, she just had a baby. I think he's 4 weeks old. It's a lot of Israelite sisters having babies right now.
4 weeks old.
Uh-huh.
Oh, what did she have? A little boy or a girl?
She had a little boy.
Little boy. Okay. All praises to the Most High. I was hoping for a little boy, but he gave us another little girl. Okay.
That's all right. All praises. And Sister Taylor, she having a little girl. So we got
she's a little girl too. Okay.
Yeah, we got a lot of little princesses and kings coming into the earth. All praises to the Most High, man. Yes. Childbirth is beautiful. Reproduction is beautiful.
Mm-hmm. It really is. Okay, I'm gonna grab some things too. My family's gonna be home soon. My husband and my daughter. I'm gonna put myself on mute.
Okay, that's fine. We'll be starting shortly. I'm just giving a little more time before we get started for sisters to join. So the sewing class, I think we're gonna be starting in like a week. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday. I was thinking Sundays, because Sundays is like, I don't know, it just seemed like a down day when we all preparing to go back to work or do whatever it is we need to do. So that seemed like a good time to start it. How are Sundays for you? Is it good?
That's perfect.
Yeah, okay. Cool. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be on Sundays, because I don't know, after Sunday, Monday through Friday, my whole week is just, I don't really be having time for nothing else, like stuff that I want to do on the side from what my family did, and then me going to work. It's just no time.
Yeah.
So
that's a good day. That's good.
Then that gives sisters more time to get their sewing machines and material and whatever else they need to get started.
I was just telling my husband about it, like, I can't wait for this sewing class to start.
I wanted to do it this Sunday, but I'm like, don't rush it, because you want all sisters to be ready and prepared, So I was like, man, if we do it next Sunday, which I'm aiming for next Sunday, that should be more than enough time for everybody to get what they need.
Yeah. You should maybe put out a little list or something on your channel for a starter pack for everyone to get, so they can at least have the basics.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Shalom, Sister Yazaya.
Hello.
How was your week?
Wow.
It's been long.
Yeah.
How was yours?
It was good. It was good. Long, but it was good.
Yeah.
All right, we'll begin starting probably like another 5 minutes. I'm gonna give a few more minutes for more sisters to join. Man, I was just studying up on the other nations, the heathens. my. Like when you can match up with the Bible is describing of these heathens, that's a beautiful thing. That's so beautiful because it don't matter how hard they try to hide it. If you seek that thing out, you're gonna find it. And then when you align it up to the scriptures, man, it's just a beautiful thing unfolding right before your eyes. So I did a lot of like researching on the nations, on the heathens, you know. And they, you know, when you go to the internet, they trying to hide. It's crazy because like when you look for the Africans now, they list us as Africans. And you know, before we was never listed as Africans. We was listed as like so-called African Americans or blacks or whatever. But if you type in African, it does not pop up anything for Africans. It's like you got to search them out now. So they doing something to the browser and the search web where you can't find what you're looking for because too many people waking up, you know. So they definitely changing the search engine. But all praise to the Most High, I was able to find some stuff on them. Couple more minutes, we'll get started. So, Sister Taylor, you contracted any, or was it just Braxton Hicks?
It was Braxton Hicks. I was hoping it was contracted.
Right.
It's like goodness, like but I'm glad I wasn't, to the point where I go in labor because I really wanted to be there for my other Israelite sister when she gave birth. So, and I'm glad I experienced that. You know what I'm saying? To be able to help her. Hold on, baby. But because that I do not miss that. I do not want to go to the hospital. That just confirms everything. Like I do not want to be in a hospital.
Right.
So much.
Wait.
They was giving her the blues because she was standing firm on what she believed in. Like she didn't want this, she didn't want that. So they was trying to find everything they could possibly think of to try to like do something to go against what she wanted. You know?
Yeah. Did she get them circumcised?
Yeah, she got him circumcised at the hospital. Her first mind was to make an appointment and get him circumcised later, but they was gonna make that difficult for her. So she had to let him, she didn't want him to get that vitamin K shot because they was like, oh, in order for that baby to get circumcised, he gotta have this, he gotta have the vitamin K shot. So we just prayed, you know what I'm saying? Because the Most High is gonna protect our baby. So we just prayed, and after that, he okay, but then they tried to say he had jaundice. They were just trying to do everything to get this. Like she was trying to go home. They did everything so she could stay. So
you see this ain't right.
Yeah.
Shalom, sis.
Shalom, everyone.
Thanks for joining us. How was your
Thank you
week?
for having me. Good. How was everybody's week?
It was good.
Yes, it was good.
Now you said sister, you said call you sister Havaya?
Yes, Havaya.
Fine, okay. I remember.
Thank you.
Good memory.
I'll be trying not to mess people's names up. And I don't know why people think like my birth name Shanetta is so hard. It be the heathen. They be like, oh, I'm sorry, but I'm just not gonna remember that. Pronunciation.
Wow. Wow.
Like I did that my whole life. I was just like, whatever. But okay. We could probably get started. It's 7:15, so all right, we can probably get started. So tonight's topic was or is there any woman better than the Israelite woman? And what does my sister say about that?
No. There is none.
It's a strong no for me. It's a strong no.
There is none.
God, I totally agree. All right, I want to give all praise to the Most High Yahweh, which the world ignorantly calls God, and his only begotten Son, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and pray through the Spirit. We get edified through the scriptures. So I just wanted everybody to kind of give, because we know, hands down, hands up, eyes closed, heads backwards. It ain't no woman on this earth that's better than the Israelite woman. We know that, but like, can sisters just bring out characteristics, traits, or anything that stands out from the nations that makes us a better woman than the nations? Anybody?
Oh, we carried Eve gene.
Wait, what you say?
I said we carry the Eve gene. I feel like we are very strong women. I feel like we don't fold under pressure no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been built to, endure these things. And I don't know. I just feel like we're just the best. That's just, I don't know. Especially coming into the truth, it's just like, you know who you are. You got a new sense of identity. It's just like, all this time I'm thinking I'm this, but I'm really superior. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really somebody. So,
that's right. Anybody else want to add to that?
Just to go off of what Sister Taylor just said, that is the truth, because there's a difference between Israelite woman and us before the truth. We was Israel, but didn't know we were Israel. But our characteristics are just dominant. We were strong then, and we're stronger now, knowing who we are. We are. We come from very supportive women. They supported their men. They had their men's back, and they went to the above and beyond for them. And now, knowing this truth, it's like we're getting back into those roles that we were created for. And once you done taught us the truth, once we have learned this truth and who we are, it's no stopping us now.
That's right. Yashafe, Isaiah, how are y'all want to share anything on that?
I think one of the things that comes to mind for me is one of the most important things is we carry the seed. So we carry the seed, and that is what continues the line of the people that the Most High made a covenant with. So I think that's like one of the top ones for me.
Yashafe?
I would say because the Most High chose us. He chose our nation. He didn't choose the other nations. We're the set apart chosen people.
Sister Javier?
I don't have anything right now. Just
No?
gain insight. No, just gain insight.
Fine. Sister Angela, you want to add anything?
No, not really. I just really admire, now that I read the scriptures and now they're personal. I really admire in the book of Genesis, when the two Hebrew midwives were told to kill the baby boys. The thing that they told the king was that there's that the Hebrew women are strong, that they're not like the other women. I'm sorry if somebody else shared that. I missed it.
No, they didn't. Yep, I got that precept tonight though. Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. We stand apart. We set apart in everything that we do. And Sister Taylor brought out the Eve gene. And the nations are mad about that. They literally trace our lineage. They literally chase our lineage all the way back to Eve in the garden. And that alone make them hate us with a passionate hatred, Just that alone. Nothing else, like just that alone. And then if you start adding with the Most High, how he chose us, like my daughter Yashve said, how he chose Israel, how he chose us to be his special people above all the other nations. you know, and they know this. They know this, so that angers them. That they are, the hatred that they have towards us is, I don't even know if it's a word for it to even describe, you know, how they feel about us. And I'm not even sure if they, I want to say they hate us more than they maybe hate the Israelite man, you know. That's how deep it is. I would have to say they hate the Israelite woman more than they hate the Israelite man. But we're gonna get into it. So I was just gonna bring out a couple pointers as to why, you know, I feel like, you know, we are a better woman according to what the scriptures is. It says the Israelite woman, we was given the commandments. The Most High decided to choose us and give us law, statutes, and commandments to follow by. That alone set us apart. That alone gave us a way of living and put us above all other nations. Just with that. And then the other nations, we know they're beasts. They're wild beasts. They have no laws. They have no statutes. They have no commandments. They have no father. They have no God. So they, you know, that they're cast out. They are literally casted out. And we have a father. Yahweh is our father. They don't have one. They're bastards. And we know through the precepts, and I'm gonna pull it, no bastard shall inherit the kingdom of God. So like their judgment is just, it's not going to end. That's how much of a passionate hatred the Most High had for these other nations. He created these other nations to be destroyed, to be servants and to be destroyed. And it ain't no way around that. And they understand that. And that's why they hate us with such a deep passion at the way that they hate us. But hopefully through the precepts, sisters that don't know some of these precepts or why we are so special or why we are better than any other woman, they get brought out tonight. And we can see it through the precepts. Like I said, we was given commandments and statutes. They wasn't given any order. We reproduce more than any woman on this planet. We reproduce more than any woman on this planet, while the other nations, they're barren, their womb is closed, or they're paying a fortune on fertility to have children. So that causes them to hate us because we just reproduce like boom, boom, boom. They just keep coming. They just keep coming. We don't stop reproducing, you know. But that's what makes us a better woman anyway, you know, because that's why the Most High created us in the first place. He created the man and the woman. He said, multiply, replenish the earth, subdue it, have dominion over it. And they get stopped up right in that area. They can't even do that. Naturally, they cannot do that. So I'm going to just pull out a couple of precepts. Well, a couple more ideas was they can't stand us for our beautiful melanin that we have because they lack that. You know, that was some of the Most High stripped from not only the Edomite nations, but other nations they lack it too, you know, to a certain degree. But mainly the Edomites, they don't have any melanin. They was cursed. Our hair that they tricked us into believing that it was a bad thing, the wool upon our head, it's a beautiful thing because now, you know, everybody wants this full, luxurious hair. Our hair is alive. It is not dead. It reaches up to the sun, you know. It cushions our head. It's so many benefits to our hair, and they envy us for that. That makes us a better woman than any other nation. And I don't even have to say it, but the way that the Most High created the Israelite woman, how he shaped and formed us, the shape they go by now to look like us, the lip injections that they get to have full lips like us, you know, the hips, the butt, the breast, all of that. They hate us so much, but yet you want to look like us. That alone tells us we are the better woman. We know that we're the better woman. Our personality, like he was saying, that's an I was gonna pull that about the Hebrew woman, how we're better. Let me grab it real quick. And that's in Genesis or Exodus 1 and 19. And then I'm gonna pull my screen up because I got a couple of words that we're gonna go over. But Exodus 1, verse 19. And it say, the midwife said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptians, as the Egyptian women, for they are lively and are delivered ere the midwives come unto them. So that alone, like a lively woman, man, we full of life, we full of energy, we full of all these things, and they don't like that. They mock us and scoff us for being who we are, how the Most High created us. But we just alive. Everything about us is alive. Our hair is alive. Our personality is alive. Like we lively. We're lively stones, and they don't like that. So with that being said, I'm gonna share my screen and just pull up a couple of words that I jotted down for tonight. I got somebody else joining. Sorry, y'all, I gotta pull it up. Okay. That was supposed to be a surprise. I know y'all see that. But we just got 5 words tonight. When sister's done, just let me know and I'll go back. Did sisters get the words?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Okay. Okay. I think we had one more join. Somebody joined, but I think they may have left or something. Okay, maybe they'll log back on. All right. So the first word is lively, and we're just gonna get the definition of that. You can find it in your Hebrew 2422, and it means full of life and energy, active and outgoing, vigorous, full of physical and mental strength or active force, and strong. Like, that doesn't describe any other woman on this planet except the Israelite woman. We're so full of life with our personality, everything that we do, how we talk, how we move, just everything. And that's a beautiful thing. That alone makes us better than all the other women. They don't even know. They have to mimic and copy. Each nation takes something from other nations to be who they are, because they're not original. They don't have anything of their own. They're known to be thieves and liars. So they literally stole everything from us. And then the very thing they steal from us, they trick us and make us believe that it's a bad thing so that they can keep it for themselves. It's wickedness. So the next word was Eve. You can find that in the Hebrew 2332, And we all know that was the first woman. And I'll go straight into the Eve gene. Does everybody know what the Eve gene is? Yes. Okay. So I don't need to get a video on it, but you know, it literally traced our lineage all the way through, or all the way back to the Garden of Eden without a break in it. Like there's no missing DNA, there's no missing lineage or anything. It literally traces the Israelite woman back to the Garden of Eden, to Eve. And they hate that. They hate that so much with a passion. But it says the most recent woman of all living humans descended of an unbroken lineage purely through their mothers. So we can pull that to confirm in Genesis 3:20. And it says up in Adam called his wife's name Eve because she was the mother of all living. And that just confirms, you know, that Eve gene. So the next word was special. You can find it in the Hebrew 5459, and it means a possession or a treasure. And the precepts I wanted to get was Deuteronomy 7:6. And it says, for thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. That alone tells us that we are better than any woman on this planet, the Israelite women. But, you know, we was tricked for a long time to believe that, you know, we was inferior to these other nations, and, you know, that we was only created to serve and, you know, to be on the bottom and to just get the dead end of everything, that everything was just going to be bad for us. But that was the biggest lie that they force-fed us with. Because the Most High said, we're special. He chose us to be a special people unto himself above all people upon the face of the earth. That right there is establishing, like, we're drawing a line and we're splitting it up. Because now how they try to teach us after so many years of, you know, killing our people, murdering and slaughtering us and raping us and stealing our heritage, our custom, our lineage, our native tongue. Now they're to the point where, like, let's just be equal now. Let everybody be equal. So after you dogged and killed us hundreds of years and kept us into slavery, now you want us to be equal. When we find out we above you, you want us to be equal. Like, that's just wicked. No, we're not equal. We above you in every single thing that we do. We dominate in everything. We're better. We've always been that better woman, and we will always be that better woman above any nation. So the next precept was Exodus 19:5. And it says, now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for the earth is mine. So this is the Most High. He's talking to us. And he's telling us, if y'all keep my commandments, then y'all are special people. So that's what I said back in the beginning, like, we're special because the Most High chose us to be special. But when he chose us to be special, he required that we keep his law, statutes, and commandments. That's truly what makes us a better woman above any other woman on the planet of the earth. It's not because of all the characteristics and the traits that we have, or how beautiful we have, or how beautiful we are, or how lively we are, or how we dominate, or how we're the strongest. Not even that we carry the Eve gene. It's the fact the Most High chose us to be that way, and that he required that we keep his commandments. Because we just found out those that are without laws and commandments are bastards, are wild beasts, and they don't inherit the kingdom. They was created to be destroyed. Like, they have no purpose. They serve no purpose.
I have a precept.
Okay.
Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
Fine, Jasper. That's right. Before he formed us, he knew us. He already chose us, man. This was already predestined for us to go through everything we went through, for us to be over here in captivity, for us to be trodden down and ran over, for us to have our lineage and our customs and our heritage stolen from us, for us to not know who we were for so many years, and for us to wake up now today. It's all predestined and set up this way. Just for us to wake up and now know and take back that we are that better woman. We've always been that better woman. We just gotta own it now. And we own it through keeping the commandments of the Most High. So the next word, really it was the same. Holy, but we know that's just being set apart and sacred for the Most High. And you know, the only way we can be sacred and set apart, which I'm gonna keep repeating, is by keeping the commandments. So the next precept I want to grab is Exodus 4:22. This is what makes us better. These are the precepts that makes us better and makes us stand out from the other nations. Exodus 4:22, and it reads, and thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. Most High, he didn't just choose us, but he said we were his firstborn. That's special. Like, and we know through the precepts, the firstlings is what's holy. And that's the only thing that the Most High he wants. He wants the firstlings. So that's kind of what went on with Abel, Cain and Abel. And why the Most High didn't receive Cain's sacrifice, because he didn't give the Most High his firstlings, his first fruits, what was holy. So the point being is we're holy to the Most High. So all the other nations created after that, he don't want them. They're not holy. They're not sacred. They're not set apart. He don't want them. He don't need them. He created them for a purpose. And that purpose is getting ready to be fulfilled. Deuteronomy 14:2. To say, for thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all the nations that are upon of the earth. Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. So this requires us to live a separate life than any nations on this earth. If we want to be that better woman, then guess what? We got to live up to that better woman. We got to keep the commandments of the Most High, because that's what makes us a better woman. You know, it's not the beauty. It's not any of that. Being set apart and doing what the Most High required us to do is what makes us that better woman. Deuteronomy 26:18. It says, and the Lord have avouched thee this day to be a peculiar people, as he have promised thee, and that thou shouldest keep all his commandments. So if we can understand, this is a contract, this is a covenant with the Most High right here. And what a lot of us don't realize is we've been in a covenant for a very long time, and we just didn't know we were in a covenant with the Most High. This covenant was created way back in the beginning with our forefathers. And he's requiring us to keep his commandments in order for us to be a special people. That's what he's saying right here. It's saying, the Lord have avouched thee this day to be a peculiar people, as he have promised thee, in that thou shouldest keep all his commandments. That's what makes us better, man. That's what makes us special. That's what makes none of the nations, the heathens, to be able to touch us. When we wake up, remember who we are, and return back and keep the Most High commandments and be that better woman. So the next precept I got is Amos 3:1-2. Amos chapter 3, verse 1-2. And it reads, "Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known, and of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities." So the Most High, look, we here for a reason. We here for a reason because we broke the Most High commandments. We didn't keep his law, statutes, and commandments. And the heathens knew that. And so now they feel like, Salakia, they feel like we was cursed. So now since they're cursed and trodden down, let's take everything that they have that makes them a better woman over us. Let's steal their identity. Let's trick them into thinking that they're so-called African Americans or Black people, even though we can clearly see that their skin is brown. But we're going to trick them into believing that they're Black. You just keep telling them they're Black. And we can steal from them us being a better woman than them. And they did that. They tricked us. They tricked us. For sure. They definitely tricked us. They tricked us into believing, that our woolly, beautiful hair was just nappy and just, it wasn't no good. And that we needed to cover it up. And that we needed to do all these things to our hair to change our identity, to look like them when they hate the way they look themselves. They want to look like us. But if they can make us believe that the way that we originally look is bad, then guess what? They feel like they're the better woman. Because now our sisters is chasing to look like them while they're chasing to look like us. That's just backwards. That's just backwards. When truly indeed, the daughters of Zion has always been and will always be, we are that better woman. And it's time for us to take that back. Take back our identity, which is our natural hair. Take back our skin color, which is not Black, it's brown. Take back our nationality, which is not African American, Black, or Negro, is a daughter of Zion. We the children of Israel. From whatever tribe we may come from, but we are the children of Israel. It's time to take back our modesty and put down them little skank pants and them short shorts and them itty bitty skirts, them crop tops, the fish leggings, all of the foolery that they tricked us into believing was making us a better woman when indeed it was shaming us. But look at them. They want to cover themselves up. They want to play the submissive wives. They want to act like they real humble and submissive. They want to look just like us. They're going to go get lip injections. They're going to go get butt injections, hip injections, breast injections, because they want what we have. And what we think we have is not beautiful and not good enough. So we're going to try to portray something that we're not. When naturally, like I just keep saying, we are the better woman if we realize what we have, what was given to us, is the best thing that the Most High could have ever gave to us. And they know that. So the next precept I want to get is Hebrews 12:7-8. It says, if ye endure chastity, God dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chastiseth not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then ye are bastards and not sons. So understand that we are going through what we have to go through. It was meant for us to go through this because the Most High loves us, because we went off following these filthy nations because we thought that they were better. We thought they were better women when they wasn't. And we chased after their customs. We took after their ways and laid ours down on the side of the highway. And the Most High, he's chastising us for that. How dare you, daughters of Zion? Pick up your heritage, keep these commandments, and return back to me. So he's saying he's not chastising them other nations because he's not dealing with them. He don't love them. He's not messing with them heathens, man. He's only messing with his firstborn, his chosen ones.
He said they're like a spittle unto him.
That's exactly what they is. That's exactly what they is. They're nothing. They are less than nothing. That's what they are. But we know these nations don't get chastised. Do they get chastised for anything that they do? Do they get chastised for taxing us 3 times and then allowing us to go shop with these bogus Ishmaelites, and they triple tax us off a bag of chips, which we know in America, you're not supposed to even tax food. Do they get chastised for that? No, they do not. Do the Edomites get chastised for shooting our kings down in the street? Even though they didn't have no weapons. They didn't have anything on them, but they shot them down dead. And their blood is crying up from the ground. Did they get chastised for that? They didn't get chastised for that because they're not the Most High children. Now, with that being said, that don't mean they're getting away with it, because we know at Judgment Day, Yahweh Shai, he's going to hop up off that throne and he's coming to slay these heathens. But my point is, while we here on this earth, the Most High is chastising us for what we've done wrong. For what we done wrong, because we laid down what he created was beautiful, and we gave it to the other nations. It was like, no, what y'all got is more beautiful. We want what y'all got, and y'all take what we got. That's just madness. No, we Israelite women, and we want back everything that y'all took from us, everything, because we are a better woman than y'all. Period. Ain't no other way around it. The next precept I want to get is Deuteronomy 23:2. So let's hear how about the heathens, because we know the Most High not dealing with them. It says, a bastard should not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord. They bastards. The Most High not fooling with them. He's not messing with these nations, man. And we can just reiterate that in Psalms 146, 19 and 20. And it says, he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise you, the Lord. That's what makes us a better woman. He showed his laws and his statutes to us. He gave it to us. He didn't give it to the heathen. He didn't give it to them. I got a few more precepts I want to pull, and then I got a couple videos to show. Let's get 2nd Ezra 6, 54 through 56. And it reads, it say, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, Of him come we all, and the people also who thou hast chosen. So the Most High is establishing we all come from Adam. The heathens, we all come from Adam, right? Even the ones who he had chosen, which is us. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes, for the Israelites' sakes. As for the other people, which also come from Adam, or of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle. It has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. They spit. Is anybody gonna lose some sleep over some spit? I just want to know, like, is anybody about to lose some sleep over a little drop that spilleth out of their bucket? No, we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna walk right over that drop that just spilled. That's what these nations are. That's what they are. They're nothing, man. They're nothing. They're not touching the daughters of Zion. Never have and never will. The next precept, I want to go into Esther chapter 10, verse 7 and 10. So, like, yeah, let me grab my microphone real quick. All right, Esther chapter 10. Verse 7 through 10. And it says, and the two dragons are I and Adam. Verse 8. And the nations were those that were assembled to destroy the name of the Jews, which we all know in Psalms 83, how every nation, they came together to make a tumult against the children of Israel, right? To cut us off from being a people, that our name would no longer be remembered. That's what they did. So it says, and the nations were those that were assembled to destroy the name of the Jews. And my nation is Israel, which crieth to God, and were saved. For the Lord hath saved his people, and the Lord hath delivered us from all those evils, and God hath wrought signs and great wonders, which have not been done amongst the Gentiles. Therefore hath he made two lots, one for the people of God, and the other for the Gentiles. Verse 11, and these two lots came at the hour and the time and the day of judgment before God among all nations. So the Most High, he is steady reiterating all throughout the precepts that separation between his holy people and the rest of the nations. The rest of the nation. So I want to just pull Psalms 83 real quick. To precept what I just read. So 83, 1 through, let's see, 1 through 7. It say, keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. That's all the nations. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So, sisters, what have these nations done to cut us off from being a nation of people? Don't they create all these agendas for us? Well, not for us, but against us, to destroy the family, to remove the man outside of the house, to trick the woman into thinking that she do not have to submit to a man, that she wears the pants, that she calls the shots. And they know by weakening the house and removing the man weakens that woman and weakens her children, which is the future. And we know that the future is only gonna follow in the footsteps of what they're shown. So now we got an Israelite woman in the house by herself. We got the man out on the streets trying to survive. And we got the children there without a father. So we know it was set up for the man to teach the wife, right? Because the Most High words was given to the kings of the earth. They can understand the parables. They can understand the things in the Bible, and they supposed to come back and teach their wives, right? And if the man is removed, what is the wife or the mother now? What is she teaching her children? What is she teaching her children? So that was crafty counsel. That was crafty counsel that they made against us. And we wonder why we continue to grow up and we don't know who we are. We don't know our foremothers. All we know is that, hey, we was the slaves brought over here on ships. And my husband, I laugh because he'd be like, why we walk around like we flew over here first class? Like we flew on Delta. You flew Delta first class over here? Did you forget how you got over here? Did you forget what your foremothers and your forefathers went through? Like, and that's just crafty counsel, man, to the point where they have made us literally forget what they did to us, forget where we came from, not to take it farther, not even forget, not care. We don't care no more. We don't care. We don't care. No, we care. We care, and they got to pay for everything that they've done, man. That was crafty counsel they took against the children of Israel. Verse 5 is saying, for they have consulted together with one consent. So they all was on one accord, man. They all was in agreement against us. They are confederate against us. They hate us. They hate us with a passion. The tabernacles of Edom, which we know is the Edomites. It's saying the Ishmaelites, which is the Arabs. You got the Moabites, which is the Chinese. You got the Hagarenes, which is the nasty, filthy Africans. You got Gabal, which is more Africans. You got Ammon, which is the Japanese. You got Amalek, we know, which is over in Jerusalem, trying to be us. And then you got the Philistines, which is more Africans than the inhabitants of Tyre, which is more Africans. There was all the nations that consorted against us to keep us in the darkness, to strip us from everything that we have as the daughters of Zion, and to make us to believe that, you know, we are the inferior woman when in actuality, we are the superior woman. We are the better woman. We are the better woman. All right, I'm gonna stop there, and I want to show just a couple of videos. Just how beautiful, you know, our women are, man. They cover everything when it comes to us. All right, let's. Okay. Salakia, y'all. I gotta find. Okay, here it is. All right, let's just get the afro, for instance, how beautiful our hair is. Go back. All right, I'm gonna pull another video because that just keep on going. I just wanted to show how beautiful our women are, man, in our natural state. Now we gotta pull the elder sisters in here to show you how black don't crack. Okay, I got one more.
Hi, Coach Mo Fall here. Follow me because I'm going to take you on a journey that
just had to show the beauty. Like, there was several different tribes mixed, man, and them wasn't even all the tribes of the daughters of the children of Israel, man. This is what they're up against. They don't have nothing on the daughters of Zion, man. Like, and I just had to show that, and through that, I had to pull up what these heathens truly look like and what they keep trying to steal from us to make themselves look better. So I'm gonna share my screen again with y'all. All right. So this is what the heathen, one of the heathen, we all know who that is. That's the Edomites. So we are going to get a couple of precepts about the Edomites, and we'll go down to the other nations. I found stuff on all the nations, well, most of the nations. So let's just go. We just read Psalms 83, 1 through 7. That's the tumult that they made against us. So let's get Ecclesiastes 1 and 15. It says, that which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. This image right here, we know is the Edomites. They was made crooked, and they cannot be made straight. They cannot. So let's get the next precept in Genesis 25 through 22 through 25. It's saying the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And my sisters, y'all looking at Esau right here. This is their original, origin of what they came from, what they look like. Imagine if they no longer had the Gillette razor. This is what they look like, wild beasts. The Most High didn't like that thing. He didn't like what they looked like when they came out. Then he say, all over like a hairy garment, look at her legs. These are the Edomites that think that they are over the daughters of Zion. Look at this. These are, by the way, women legs. This is them. This is them. There ain't no way these heathens is a better woman than us. There go that red again. But check this out. It say the redness of or on your skin, that is a result of excessive sun exposure called sunburn. It's actually a thermal burn to the outer layer of the skin, first burn degree. Basically, that was a curse. The Most High stripped them of melanin, and the sun hates them now. And we know that the majority of them, they got cancer from the sun. The sun eats their body away. Look at this. It says, actinic keratosis is the name for small, scaly, red or brown papules at the area result in excessive sun exposure. They are more common in people with fair skin, blonde or red hair, blue or green eyes. They may progress to a type of skin cancer called squamous cell carcinoma. But it don't stop here. Look what else I found on these people. Have anybody seen this before? The Edomites,
Yes, I have.
born with tails.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Look at this, man.
One thing that you said, I just wanted, Sister Zay, I wanted to point out was when you said how they for the lack of melanin, they skin is they get cancer from the sun or whatever because they from the lack of melanin, right? Mm-hmm. And then when you think about our people getting cancer, look how they trying to give us cancer by putting stuff in our food, you know, because our body, we get nutrition from the sun. You know what I'm saying? And our body takes the sun well. And I can't see it. But then they have to go the different route. They gotta put it's the sugar, it's what they put in our food now. They trying to take us out in other ways. But I just wanted to say that. Like you know,
you're right. You absolutely
since they dying off, they gotta do something to get us to you know, they say, oh, we getting cancer, y'all finna get cancer too.
God. This is sick, man. Do y'all see this? This is a curse from the Most High, man. Have y'all seen any of the daughters of Zion with this stuff?
No.
I
have not.
That's just proof. That's proof we are a better people than them, man. Okay, that's going into Ammon. So let's get the precept on Ammon and the curses, what happened to them. So we're going to Psalms 58 and 3. Ammon and Moab. Well, no, I got a couple more precepts on the Edomites first. So Psalms 58 and 3, and it says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they are born, speaking lies. So the Edomites, there's nothing innocent about them. Look, these are Edomites born. They are estranged from the womb as soon as they go astray as soon as they are born, speaking lies. This is their nation of people. This is them. The next precept I want to get is Genesis 4 and 8 through 15. Let's find out what happened with them. It's saying Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up again against Abel, his brother, and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel, thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which have opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength, her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I hide, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him shall kill him. So I'm going to just go back. So do any sisters know what the curse was? that was put on Cain?
Was it his lack of melanin?
Mm-hmm. That was the curse. And Cain was saying at the time that was his punishment was too great, because the people back in the ancient days, everybody had melanin. And so when the Most High cursed him and his melanin was stripped from him, he knew that he was different, and anybody that seen him was going to slay him. So that's why he set a mark upon his head, so that people would know not to touch him, because the Most High had already punished him. But today we live in a world where we look at them like they're normal, when in fact they've been cursed. How do we get used to looking at somebody without melanin, move around them with no problem? We gotta return back to our ancient ways, because we dwelling amongst the enemy. We move around them like it's nothing, when these people are very wicked. Like, they was killing us from the beginning, and they still killing us today. You know, we can't get around that.
I have a question about that. Where do you find that about Cain?
I just read it. It's saying Genesis. Go back.
Sorry, I missed some of it because I've been moving around with the children.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull it right back up. It's Genesis 4:8 through, I want to say 15. I think we read through 15.
Okay.
Yeah. 4:8 through 15. So Genesis 4, verse 8 through 15.
All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Shalom, Sister Nakia.
Shalom.
Thanks for joining us. How was your week?
It was kind of long.
Right. All right, we're gonna keep moving forward. I got a couple more precepts on the Edomites. Anybody want to add to these heathens?
Yeah, can I add something?
Yeah.
It was something that I looked into when I was doing just trying to find out when I was first learning about the Eve gene. I heard online that that melanin actually has a value, and it's way higher than gold. And then I tried to find out, like, okay, if it has a value, then how is it being extracted from people? And that I couldn't find out because it didn't want to share information about how it's being put into people. So I don't know how it's being put into people, but I know that the price of melanin it far exceeds the price of gold. And I thought that was pretty like crazy. Like, I've never heard anything like that before, but I just thought that was so interesting because people are paying these prices in order to be injected with melanin.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sis, you make a good point. So I was working at a nursing home, and one of the nurse practitioners there, she was pretty much talking to the nurses, and she was telling us like she had a side gig, a side hustle. And her side hustles was she go to multi-million-dollar houses of people that have paid for melanin injections. Mind you, this was an African. This African was getting paid. She was telling us she was getting paid like $375 per injection to take to these people and inject them with this melanin. But what the price that they was paying for it, she didn't even disclose that. But I can only imagine like how much these people are paying. But it angered me because I'm just like, are people just sitting there? And it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I'm like, what's cool about them killing your people and taking a melanin from them and storing it in a vial and then drawing it up in a syringe and going and injecting it to a heathen? Where do you think they're getting the melanin from? Come on now, 1 + 1 = 2.
Mm-hmm.
they killing our people to get this melanin, and our people, I don't know, it just kind of went over their head. That's funny that you said that though, because that was so wicked to me.
Well, they're also doing that. A lot of people that work in like in the like the mortuaries, they will they can testify that a lot of people that need a lot of Edomites, that rich white people that need organs, they don't want it from any other nations. They want it from Israel. They want the liver, the kidneys, the heart, the eyes. A lot of women who have buried their sons because of like gang violence or whatever, they say that when they get back their children, they get back a shell of a body. Like they take the eyes out, they take everything, and that's that's what they want in terms of organs. They have no problem with our people, Judah or Israel, killing each other, because there's always profit to be made. The family doesn't see it. The family pays those funeral expenses, but they pay a premium for these things. Yeah, so there's nothing that they are not willing to take.
Right.
All you gotta do is watch the movie Get Out. They do. Watch that. You'll know for sure what they're doing. They want your eyes. They want everything. That movie explained it well. They auction you off just like they did back in the day, in slavery days. And you go to the highest bidder. They want your body. They want everything. That's how you know we are.
Sure. That's so true. That's so wicked, man. That makes me mad. It makes me mad. They don't want nothing else but us. They want our organs. Only us. Okay, I'm gonna share a couple more precepts and just pictures and videos that I found on the other nations. Let me go back now. Okay, Genesis 27:41. So this is the reason why they hate us so bad. I mean, aside from being the Most High's chosen people, because they feel like it was theirs. 27:41, it says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. So I'm just come back real quick. Oh, here's somebody else. Shalom, Sister Tawana. Shalom, Sister Yashe.
Shalom, sis.
Thanks for joining us. How was your week? I'm going to read that precept again. It say, Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. The slaying hasn't stopped. They're still slaying us, even as we sit right here, right now. They still slaying the children of Israel. It hasn't stopped. And they're not going to stop until our Savior comes back to us. That's how mad, like that's the kind of hatred that they got for us. They're never going to stop until the Most High make them stop. They're going to continue to slay us. But I just wanted to pull out a couple videos and just show how, in fact, the other nations envy everything about the daughters of Zion down to the T. And I just want to prove and show that they copy everything about us. Okay, let's see. Okay, we already got the aging process for the Israelite women, how we age slower.
You know,
but listen to
I wish people knew how easy
being
it was to
honest
get health
about
coverage. This new law has made it so affordable. I'm only paying
why they don't like
$52 a month, but there are quality plans for even less. New law, lower prices, more people qualify at healthcare.gov.
Our new EV rental fleet is the absolute GOAT. Nice. Speaking of...
Is the lip fillers, is
okay, hold on.
the eyebrow lifts. Many of us are getting what I said comes from historical. I got a lot of heat for the video. A lot of butthurt
your sisters here
try to make me understand or try to make me believe that what I'm saying comes from a point of like I'm literally judging myself.
Can everybody hear it?
I am jealous of black women. That's
okay.
why all white people are jealous of black women, which is definitely not the point. Even if I was, everybody is at one point in their life always jealous of something or of somebody. But that's not the issue. The issue is that what I said comes from historical facts. It's not as if I pulled this out of my thumb and I felt like, let me just put this on TikTok. Actually, the video was like a stitch. I saw a black woman and she literally said, why do y'all hate black women so much? And before I even go into it, I want to keep this as short as possible this time. Before I even go into it, I want to say that you are only jealous of someone you can never be like. Like if someone is out of your reach, that can be financially, socially, economically, visually, ethnically. It can have so many reasons. If somebody is out of your reach for you, you always react with jealousy, sometimes consciously and sometimes subconsciously. But it's always a point of, I wish I was that person. I wish I had that person's money, car, house, face, body, eyes, ears, character, whatever. Jealousy always comes from a point of not being able to be like the person the person in question. Okay, so I actually wrote some things down because, of course, before I made that video, of course, I did my research. And the thing is, starting, for example, with fashion that was very modern in the 1700s, women used to dress in a way that they used to carry like a pillow. It wasn't technically a pillow, it was like a foam something in their behind to make their butt appear a lot bigger. Now, if we are looking at the physics of a white woman and the physics of a black woman, of course, always under the prescription, under the thought that not every woman is the same. Even different ethnicities have so many shapes, so many skin tones. White isn't white, black isn't black. Other than that, nobody's really black, nobody's really white. I'm speaking from a point that this is common sense. If it isn't to you, please check yourself first before coming for me. That one being said, of course, every woman's physics or every woman's body shape is different, but there are certain features that are attached to certain ethnicities. And of course, black women are known for having beautiful full lips, very sharp facial features. They're known for their jawline, for their nose bones, for the hips of their nose. Is it called hips of the nose? I guess you know what I mean. The sharp eyebrows. They are known for their hips and the hourglass figure that's absolutely trendy now, that is everywhere. Some years back, you will still be bullied if you had a big butt. Now, everybody wants a big butt. And the media have the caucasity to blame this on people like the Kardashians that are literally the human definition of copying black women. It starts not only with the body shape. Is the lip fillers, is the eyebrow lifts. Many of us are getting the face contouring when we are getting injections to make the facial bones sharper that are just not common in our ethnicity. These are things that, of course, there are always exceptions, just like there are black women with small lips, black women with flat butts. like I said in the beginning, everybody is different.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up
But
another
that
one.
notwithstanding, like I said, there are certain features, certain look.
Sharing these side-by-side photos.
They are. Good morning to you, Michael. The so-called before and after photos are starkly different, but Emma Hallberg says it's simply because of the time of year that the pictures were taken. And while social media users are accusing her of adopting black culture when it was convenient, she says she never represented herself as anything other than a white Swedish model.
She's a self-proclaimed model and Instagram influencer with 250,000 followers online.
Hey guys, my name is Emma Hallberg.
But this morning, Emma Hallberg, a white teenager, is being accused of pretending to be black to get more followers. A Twitter user posted these two photos of her online, one showing her with much lighter skin and straight hair. The internet went into a tizzy, accusing Hallberg of blackfishing, a term being used to describe someone who's pretending to be black.
I haven't done anything to make myself look darker. I get the tan naturally when I've been in the sun.
Many who say they assumed she was black or biracial are now accusing her of darkening her skin and altering her hair and lips in order to capitalize on beauty trends and get brand endorsements. One person writing, taking deals made for black girls and posing as black to manipulate and boost followers is a big deal. Blackface is a big deal when black people are out here being murdered because of our skin color.
If a large group of people are telling you that something that you're doing is taking advantage of what is ultimately part of a racist legacy in worldwide and in American history, that she should listen to that.
The 19-year-old denies it, saying this was never her intention and her looks are natural.
I cannot change the way I was born because the things I've been accused of and the things people are mad about are things that are natural on me, like my hair, my lips, my nose, my face. I've never claimed to be black or biracial or anything else than white.
She's not the first Insta-celeb to come under fire. Last year, Jaden Gumbayan apologized for perpetuating a culture of appropriation after posting this photo of herself online, accused of wearing blackface after appearing visibly darker in photographs.
Cultural appropriation has become a divisive topic on the internet, with celebrities from Kim Kardashian to Coldplay at times accused of
What sisters think about that? What's y'all thoughts?
That is, you know, they always say, what is that? People who like to copy you or mimic you is flattery, but that's not flattery, you know. And it's bad because, you know, these women who try to be like us, want to look like us, you know, they don't have to deal with the things that we go through, though. You know, how fair is that you get to profit off of something physical like that, but yet you don't have to deal with the struggles that we go through every day. That's a mess. I hate that.
Anybody else want to comment on what they're saying? That blackfishing, I recently found out about the blackfishing, like maybe 2 years ago. I didn't even know that they was doing that. That is nuts. She looked it like a sister, didn't she? She looked it like a sister. I find it very offensive. That's offensive to me. You know, they want to be us so bad to the point they willing to steal all our attributes and characteristics of what make us an original Israelite woman. They like to play with it. But
I bet if she started you know, getting the treatment that us Israelites women get, I bet you all that makeup will come off then. Talking about that's her natural stuff. Yeah, all right.
Right, that's true.
God. Look, the first time she get caught a nigger, she gonna go wipe that makeup off her face so quick. The first time they get ready to knock her upside her head, she gonna wipe that makeup off real quick. Like it's gonna get real. So why try to pretend to be us and then act like you're not trying to pretend to look like us? But I got some more. I got more. So we all know about, and I gotta bring this out because these women, they literally taking it overboard. They're taking it too far and trying to act like they not trying to.
I don't think your screen share is on.
Can y'all see this?
No.
No.
I forgot to hold on. I forgot to hit screen share. Sorry, Salakia.
You are now watching The Queen Chama.
Can y'all see now?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep. 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 So hey guys, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chama Chats video podcast edition. So by the title, we're going to be talking about this story that Kim Kardashian is allegedly planning to, or already is in the process of, reducing the size of her big, fat, orchestrated booty. So I came across this topic from one of my close co-YouTubers, Real Talk with Yanni, and if you're not already subscribed to her channel, please do so. Her and I discuss similar topics, but she definitely takes a way more mature approach than I do. I'm still low-key a little bit more petty and childish, but also follow her Instagram page. She uses her Instagram to run more of a blog style platform with her thoughts and opinions on personal and viral content. So the reason for Kim Kardashian's alleged booty removal is that she wants to be taken more seriously as a businesswoman and a humanitarian. Kim Kardashian is now a mother of 4 young children. She's on her way to being divorced, and I believe she's trying to rebrand her image now that the show Keeping Up with the Kardashians is no longer. Her rise to fame was through a lot of raunchy methods, like literally she came out and became famous due to a sex tape. So she did ride the wave of being the sexy, voluptuous socialite in her early days. Thereafter, she then kind of shifted into more of a businesswoman look while simultaneously still staying within the realm of beauty, fashion, and lifestyle. But it seems that Kim Kardashian now has a change of heart. Her kids are getting older, her legacy is being altered, and she wants to be taken more seriously. Now, I'm not mad at Kim for wanting to change her reputation, as well as her whole wanting to put new energy into different agendas. I actually think that's pretty smart for her to shift her brands a little bit, not only for the sake that she has children who are getting older, but I feel as though change is good, and she does have a lot of potential to tap into other industries. As we all know, Kim Kardashian has been actively pursuing becoming an attorney through an apprenticeship, and regardless of how you feel about her, that's really commendable because it's not like it's something that she has to do, and her influence has directly helped people who wouldn't have a chance otherwise. So in this case, Kim Kardashian deciding that if she would reduce the size of her booty, she would be taken more seriously, I do find it very interesting, and I do think there are several components that make
That is madness. If she reduced the size of her implant, she'd be taken more serious. So like they playing with this. This is smack in the face. But this one is them going to go get lip injections to have fuller lips to look like us. But something went wrong after they get it.
Real. All I gotta say is child.
That's extreme, sisters. Do y'all see this?
Right, they're going through a lot to get this stuff done.
To look like us, to look just like us, right? And and I thought that was interesting. The lip, it only lasts for so long, and it hardened in the lip. So then they gotta go and get the needle in the lip to let all that stuff back out their lips. And then they go back, they let it heal, and then they go back and they get it again. They get it again. Y'all, this is madness. This is madness. But we naturally have these things. Right? We naturally have all of these attributes and characteristics. Because it's ours. They trying to steal it from us. If we wasn't a better woman than these heathens, why in the world would you be trying to steal what belongs to us and make it your own? That's an eye-opener, man. That's an eye-opener. I know we all know like how special we are to the Most High and how beautiful the daughters of Zion is, but like really think about what these nations are doing to be us, like to try to be us, to steal our identity. That's a different kind of level, man. That's deep to go through something like that. And they know good and well they don't look nothing like us. They be having lopsided butt implants, the breast implants, the lips all hard and this side big and this side dented in, but they won't stop. They just won't stop. They will do anything to shame us, y'all, and to keep us thinking that we are not as beautiful as the Most High made us. We're the most beautiful women that walk this planet, but I got some more to show y'all. So I just want to quickly show what they go through. I'm sharing my screen. Okay, so like this. What they have to go through to have children. And we know, look, it don't take much or nothing for us to get pregnant. Okay, let me find it. Hold on. I think it shifted. Oh, I'm gonna bring up one more to show y'all.
For all the
Before I go to the
unconventional ways your
reproduction.
team stays productive, we've got furniture to position them for success. Because at Office Depot Office Max, our business is to keep business going. Buy online, pick up in store, or get free next business day shipping.
Realized that my eye color has.
Have anybody seen her before or heard of her before?
Yes.
No.
Yes, I have.
Go ahead.
No, I was about to, that was the most craziest, outrageous story I ever heard.
I'm only gonna play a little bit of it because I recently stumbled across her video, and I'm just gonna play the video.
My eyebrow color has changed, and also my
You described yourself back then as a beautiful girl. So if you were a beautiful girl, why do this?
Yeah, I liked my body from the beginning and to now every step. But like the boys, like their brand new car, they love to work on it. And if they see, wow, nice results, let's find this piece, and so tuning is a little bit more than expected.
Well, there's been a lot of work going on, a lot of body work going on, that's for sure. 24 procedures. What aside from the obvious, what have you had done?
Also, when we last met, I was much smaller. Also, actually, I have 7,100 cc each. But not only my skin color changed. Also, in meanwhile, also I've realized that my eye color has changed, my eyebrow color has changed, and also my regrowing hairs are more black and more darker and going curly.
So we should explain this a little bit further, because this has changed. Martina has come around because of these tanning injections, and it was one of your surgeons that recommended that you should use these tanning injections because you weren't getting the deep tan that you wanted just by going out into the sun. So how was that kind of sold to you? Was it explained that this would be a side effect, that you could get a very deep tan and that your eye color would change?
Yeah, also when in the constellation they said it will tan the skin more than if you go only in the sun. But for me, this new medicine works especially good. Also I have to say I didn't inject myself. The doctor did it. Also there were 3 injections in January and nothing else, only a little bit sun, and now I'm really dark.
So this has happened after 3 injections?
Yeah, in middle of January.
Wow. And the injections, am I right? They're £170 a time, so they're not cheap to have, but they're also unregulated. So nobody really, it's not gone. Nobody knows how safe they are, I think is what I'm trying. Do you worry about your safety taking these injections?
No. Also we had a long consultation in January, and it seemed to be safe. And also I have in the all time, I have no side effects, only being more attended in whole body.
Okay, that's enough.
I've got to
really
ask.
Proud of it.
Yeah.
I want to see a before picture because she look a mess.
Right, that's what I said.
Like,
I want to see what she looked like before too.
She had to be horrible for her to want to look like that.
She was on the Maury Povich show a long time ago, and she just looked like a typical white woman, skinny white woman, kind of tall, slender.
She had to look better than that, though.
I remember seeing her before.
Yeah, she just kept doing it. She kept changing herself more and more. Just. It's another one. I'm not. Is that the same lady? Because it's another one too that her and her husband did it. They both started getting. They got melanin injections, and they were tanning, like doing extreme tanning to darken their skin so they could live as a Black couple.
I wouldn't doubt it. She had him on the show too, but he wasn't doing that yet. If that was.
Yep. Wow. Did y'all hear about the other lady, Rachel Dozell, the one who was the white woman who pretended to be Black in order to get that job? I think it was with the NAACP.
Yes.
And she lived as a Black woman, and she when she finally got outed, I think it was her parents that told on her. that she racially identified as a Black woman.
Yeah, I remember that.
They just, whew. But she didn't have to deal with none of our issues, none of our struggles, but yet she was able to get a very high profile, high paying job that would have went to a real Black woman or a melanated woman.
Wow. I'm gonna just get some accounts of the daughters of Zion. Salakia. Let's go to Judith. It's so many accounts all over the Bible, you know, how beautiful the Israelite woman is. And they want that. They want that so bad. Okay. Salakia. Judith chapter 10. We're gonna start at verse 3. And then I'm gonna just kind of drop down a little bit. Okay. All right. Judah chapter 10, verse 3, and it says, and she pulled off the sackcloth which she had on, and put off the garments of her widowhood, and washed her body all over with water, and anointed herself with precious ointments, and braided her hair, braided the hair of her head, and put on attire upon it, and put on her garments of gladness, wherewith she was clad during the life of Manasseh her husband. Now we're gonna drop down to 7, and it says, and when they saw her, that her countenance was altered, and her apparel was changed, they wondered at her beauty very greatly, and said unto her, the God of our fathers, give thee favor and accomplish thine enterprise to glory of the children of Israel, and to exaltation of Jerusalem. Then they worshiped God. So they looked upon Judah. She was so beautiful. Like they was willing to give this woman, you know, whatever it was that she needed just off her beauty. So drop down to verse 12, and it's saying they took her and asked her, of what people art thou? And whence comest thou? And whither goest thou? And she said, I am a woman of the Hebrews, and I am fled from them, for they shall be given to you to be consumed. And then verse 19, it says, they wondered at her beauty, and admired the children of Israel because of her. And everyone said to his neighbor, who would despise this people that have among them such women? Surely it is not good that one man of them be left, whom being let go might deceive the whole earth. So Judith was so beautiful. They was just like, who would despise these people? Like, this woman's so beautiful. I mean, I don't know how you can deny her, but that's just one of the accounts of like how the beauty continues, you know, from ancient of days until today. And that's something they always wanted. And that's something the Most High He gave to us. It's only for us, but they want it. I'm going to get a couple more accounts. Genesis 11 and 9. Genesis 11 and 9 through 14, it says, therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did hear. Wait, I think I wrote that down on Salakia. Hold on. It's the account of Sarah and Abraham when they was getting ready to go into Egypt. Hold on. Genesis 12. I don't know why I wrote 11. Genesis 12 and 13. Genesis 12, verse 9 through 13. Abraham's journey going on toward the south, and there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down into Egypt to sojourn there. For the famine was grievous in the land, and it came to pass, when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said to Sarai, his wife, behold, now I know thou art a fair woman to look upon. Therefore it shall come to pass when the Egyptians shall see thee, that they shall say, this is his wife, and they will kill me. So like, she was so beautiful. Abraham was like, hey, you need to tell them my sister, they're gonna kill me. And he says, verse 13, say, I pray thee, thou art my sister, that it may be well with me for thy sake, and my soul shall live because of thee. And when it came to pass that when Abraham was come into Egypt, the Egyptians beheld the woman, that she was very fair. So like, again, just our beauty alone sets us apart from all these other nations. You know, it always has and it always will. Just like the story of Denai, y'all all know the story of Denai when she went into the land with the Canaanites, and they was feasting or whatever, and she looked so beautiful. You know, I think his name was Shechem. He couldn't help himself, and he raped her because of her beauty, like how beautiful she was. A Hebrew woman. And then who was that? I think it was Samuel. Was it Samuel that raped his sister because she was so beautiful he couldn't help himself? Like, it's just so many accounts all over the Bible. But the point being is, they want what we got so bad, and they can never have what we got. So when it go into reproduction, I just wanted to show y'all a couple videos on what they do, what extent they go to bear children, because they can't. Their womb is literally like barren. The Most High cursed them. He stripped them of their melanin. He made it where they can't even have children on their own. Let me see. Hold on. Right here. It's two different videos.
If you've ever tried to lose weight with PCOS, you know that it can be difficult and almost impossible. You see, just after my wife and I got married, she started putting...
So I had to have surgery to have that polyp removed. I did not include any of... Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah if you're new here. I started this channel to document my journey becoming a single mother by choice by going through IVF. After getting diagnosed with endometrial cancer and PCOS, I am now cancer-free. But if you would like to follow along on my journey, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell to get notified anytime I upload new videos. So I don't know why I've been putting off this video for so long. I did want to make sure that I got all of my IVF bills before making this video so I could give you guys an accurate amount that I paid for my 2 rounds of IVF. So if you're new to my channel, I am now 31 weeks and 2 days pregnant with my first baby that I conceived on my 2nd round of IVF. So I just wanted to go through and talk about all the costs involved with at least my experience with IVF. I know every single city, every state, every country, costs are going to be totally different. And then also, depending on what kind of insurance you have, my employer does not cover any IVF related costs at all. So almost everything for me was out of pocket. I'll go into some detail, but there were very few like random medications that would get covered. And I also, because of my endometrial cancer diagnosis, Livestrong Fertility has a program with the Cleveland Clinic, and they covered all of my meds for both rounds of IVF for the egg retrieval portion. So not for the embryo transfer portion, but the egg retrieval, I only had to pay for, I had a specific trigger shot I had to use because I have PCOS. They did not cover that, but otherwise, they covered, I would say, close to about $5,000 worth of medications each round. So that's about $10,000 extra that you can add on to my total cost when I give that to you, to get an idea of what I would have paid if I didn't have the cancer diagnosis. One other interesting thing about my 2 rounds of IVF, they were a little bit different, so you'll be able to see the difference in what I paid for between rounds, because the first round of IVF that I went through, I just froze my eggs first because I didn't have a sperm donor yet, and I wasn't 100% sure what I was going to do with my eggs, like if I was going to get a sperm donor and get pregnant right away, have an embryo transfer right away, or if I was going to wait a little bit. Because I also had to have another surgery to confirm that my cancer was still gone, that my cancer didn't come back. So my first round was definitely a little bit different than my second round. My second round, I did everything all together. I had my sperm donor already, so I had the sperm sent to the clinic ahead of time before my egg retrieval, so that after they got my eggs, they could create the embryos right away. So that is one of the differences between the 2 rounds. So the first round, my first round of IVF, so I started back in, let's see, April 30th, 2020 is when I had my initial blood work and ultrasound. And the blood work I had done, so my insurance did actually cover some of that initial blood work. That was just kind of like checking everything to be able to give an accurate picture of what my fertility looked like. But I still paid out of pocket $598 for that initial blood work. My initial consultation with the reproductive endocrinologist, because this was when COVID was brand new and they were having televisits, they were actually doing free televisits at the time, so I actually did not have to pay for that televisit. But I believe an initial consultation with a reproductive endocrinologist can be, if your insurance doesn't cover it, a couple $100. But that will depend obviously on where you are located and what your insurance covers. And then my ultrasound, so that first ultrasound I had 2 charges. So you'll notice this, a lot of clinics will have like a charge for the procedure itself, and then a professional charge for the doctor to it and everything. So
bottom line,
coded.
I thought I was at the part where she say how much she paid.
And 1 year, the first 3 times I went in for lab work. So I went in 3 more times for ultrasound and blood work. Each of those was $130. They were just checking my estrogen. And then my trigger shot, which I did have to pay for because the Livestrong Fertility did not cover this type of trigger shot. Since I have PCOS, I needed to trigger with a Lupron trigger shot. So Livestrong Fertility only covered the HCG trigger shot. So normally the Lupron trigger shot is $500, but because all of the other meds that ended up being, close to $5,000, that Livestrong covered. But with the pharmacy that they used, they gave me a deal on the trigger shot because I had already, not me personally, but had spent so much money already. So I only had to pay $99 for the trigger shot. So that was that cost. And that was, so that was it for that first part of my first round of IVF. And I do want to mention, I think it's really important, what I did is I kept this notebook and I wrote all of the services that I had done, the amount that they charged me, the date of service, and then I wrote the date that I paid for that service. I would highly recommend that because a lot of times you'll get a bill from the clinic, and if you just pay it blindly, you could be paying for things that you actually already paid for. And I would like to think, hopefully, that clinics will be honest enough that they'll eventually, you know, they'll show that you have a credit and they'll return that money to you. But it's a lot longer that you'll have to wait to be able to get, you know, a refund check in the mail from your clinic versus just keeping track as you go so you don't overpay. So there was the nicest lady in the financial department. I would call her every month when I got the bill, and we would go through it, like all my charges. And because I have record of all I have done at each date of service, and I could see the cost that they were charging me and the date of service, and then I could see in my notebook if I paid for that already. So for example, like when you pay for the IVF package, that included anesthesia costs. Well, anesthesia costs.
Okay, she taking a while to get to it. I didn't hit the marker, but bottom line, she ended up paying like $25,000, y'all, just to get pregnant. And I don't know, I didn't follow her to even see if she ended up having a baby or not, but she paid $25,000 just to get pregnant.
I was talking to a nurse, and she said that women are paying that just to possibly get pregnant. It's not a guarantee.
Yep.
Yeah. And what they do is they inseminate a bunch of their eggs, and depending on how many children they want to have, they'll go ahead and just terminate the ones that they don't want to have. So it's just strange. They want to have children, but they don't want all of the children that are potential or viable, viable eggs. Like, in other words, they would be able to conceive with them. Yeah, to me, that's just so strange. These are their babies, but at the same time, not their babies.
It's confusion, y'all. I'm pulling all this out to just show a comparison, you know, through everything I showed y'all and through the precepts, how the Most High chose us to be a better woman than these nations. Like, I know we was cursed. The daughters of Zion was cursed for being rebellious against the Most High. We know that, right? But the Most High, he didn't take his grace and he didn't take his mercy from us, right? Like, Yahushua still coming back to save us. Look at these heathens. The Most High didn't have no mercy on none of them. Like, he stripped them from their melanin. They don't have nothing going for themselves at all. They can't even bear children, man. We know you cursed if you can't even have children. That's a curse. That's not mercy. That's not mercy being shown to them, but it's mercy constantly being shown to us. But I had one more to show, and then we're going to get into Ammon, what happened with Ammon and how they got cursed. And this one is short. It's just a couple minutes.
This is a part of my life that I'm going to find really, really difficult to share with other people. It can help people that may be going through the same thing, and it may offer perspective for people who haven't. And that's the only reason why I'm recording this. So Will and I have been trying to conceive and start our family after about 12 months of getting help from our GP, and nothing was really working for us. We were referred to a fertility clinic to see a specialist, and over the past 2 months we've been doing a lot of blood tests and ultrasounds and scans, and we've just been told now that we've got a few factors affecting our fertility, and time really isn't on our side. It turns out that I have premature ovarian aging, So the age of my ovaries are a lot older than my biological age. I know that I also have a history of endometriosis, and Will has a factor that's affecting our fertility as well. The doctor kind of said that his goal was to help us conceive without having to go through something invasive like IVF, but it turns out that it's really our best option now, and if we had waited another year or two, then our chances could have really been slim. It's hard to feel like there's not something wrong with you. It's hard to not feel lonely, like you don't have anyone to talk to about this.
All right, we're gonna get the
anything in life.
We're gonna get the curses of Ammon real quick. So that was Esau. So this is Ammon. Do any sisters know what happened with the Moabites and the Ammonites?
You say what happened to them?
Yeah, what was the curse that came on them? Like, what happened to them? Why they, like, for instance, these pictures, why they look the way they look?
Was it due to incest?
Fine. Yeah. Yeah.
With Lot's children, his daughters, those are descendants of them.
That's what it is. We're gonna get it real quick in Genesis 19, 32 through 38. Okay, and it says, come let us make our father their drink, or come and let us make our father drink wine, and we will lie with him, that we may preserve the seed of our father. And they made their father drink wine that night, and the firstborn went in and lay with her father, and perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. And it came to pass on the morning that the firstborn said unto the younger, behold, I lay yesternight with my father. Let us make him drink wine this night also, and go thou in and lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. And they made their father drink wine that night also, and the younger arose and lay with him. And he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. Thus were both the daughters of Lot with the child by their father. And their firstborn bare a son, and called his name Moab. The same is the father of the Moabites unto this day. And the younger, she also bare a son, called his name Ben-Ammi. The same is the father of the children of Ammon unto this day. So this is why they look the way that they look. They call this mongoloid. And basically it's like a genetic defect from them doing what they did. That was a wicked thing that they did. And the Most High cursed them for that. And then this one right here, this woman is growing horns out her head. I've never seen anything like that. She's growing horns out of her head. Look at this.
Wow.
These people are cursed, man. No wonder they trying to steal our identity. And then look at this one. I've never seen an albino Moabite. I've never seen that before. But they all look alike. They all got that Down syndrome slow look.
Yep.
And then this baby, look at that baby. And them two right there with the red. Oh my gosh. Wow. I probably would try to get a different identity too if I look like that. And then look at this one. It said Chinese girl Jing Jing with a rare genetic werewolf syndrome to receive treatment. Man, these are curses from the Most High. He's not playing. And I know y'all know who this is, right?
I don't know who that is.
Who is that? Yeah.
Tila Tequila.
No.
Tila
Are you
Tequila.
serious?
Yes. Do
Oh
y'all
my! And she had the nerve to be on there talking about us. Oh my gosh.
Yes. That's her.
Oh.
That's her. I had to get it. She got that slow Down syndrome look too. She put her face up to try to make it look like she don't have it, but she got it. She got it. She is her father's seed. Okay, I got a couple videos real quick, these two. And then we're gonna get the last precept on the Ammonites. So this gonna take us straight there.
Mongoloid. A member of the racial classification of humanity composed of peoples native to North Asia, East Asia, Pacific Oceania, and Greenland, as well as their diaspora in other parts of the world. A person with Down syndrome. Idiot, retard, a general term of abuse due to association with Down syndrome. Mongoloid. Mongoloid.
Now watch this. One more short video. Let me get out of here.
Why do you look different?
No? Why? Why do you look different?
Because I'm prettier than my friend.
I think it's because I have a kind of too many pimples on my face.
Well, it's different because I have special needs.
I have Down syndrome.
What do you think Down syndrome is? Might be a bit hard for her to grasp exactly what Down syndrome is yet. She has gone through normal school, so then all her friends are the same, then all her friends treat her mostly the same. So actually I don't think she really feels that she looks different. Yeah.
Down syndrome is a genetic disorder that affects the person's intellect and development, and people with Down syndrome have some sort of common physical features.
Like I think for the nose bridge, a bit more stubby, they walk a bit different.
So a lot of people have the misconception like Down syndrome is hereditary. This is like some people are taller, some people are shorter. It's really genetic. It's not inherited from any parents or, you know.
When my mom got pregnant, I think my parents actually told me, oh, she's a bit different, and then she actually had Down syndrome. So I think I was 10 when I found out, so I was very unsure. So like when she came out, I think I spent a lot of my time with her and playing with her because I was very happy to have a younger sibling. Yeah.
We didn't find out until Ellen was born, and it came as a big shock. Anybody could imagine your whole world. I probably feel like, you know, collapsed. I was thinking, how could I have a son, you know, who has special needs? But it was tested and it's confirmed. I think as parents, you collect yourself, you will have to decide what would be the best for Ellen. Now to look at who Ellen is, you know, I would say he is a very precious sort of a part of my life. I wouldn't have any regrets having Ellen now.
Can you take care of yourself?
Yes, I can cook myself or buy.
I can make my bed, I can fold my clothes, I travel back for myself.
If you sit for myself, and even buy a movie for myself, no even for mommy.
Did you have a happy childhood?
Yes, I always thought I had a happy childhood. I am the happiest man on earth.
Oh, he's the happiest man on earth.
My power love me. My sister is the best sister in the world. She adore and she is always good to me.
I'm gonna get that last precept on the Moabites, Deuteronomy 23:3. And it says, the Amorite or the Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Even to their 10th generation shall they not enter into the congregation of the Lord forever. So the Most High, he for real, like, hate these nations. And I just had to show the comparison between the nations and us. How we truly are the better woman. How we truly are the chosen seed of the Most High. How we are special. Yeah, we was cursed, but if you start to compare our curses to these nation curses, their curses is not going to be undone. The Most High cursed them, and He's patiently waiting to destroy them. Ours was a punishment. Ours wasn't to destroy us. It was to punish us for breaking the commandments of the Most High. And then also, some of our people will be destroyed because they won't keep the commandments. They're not going to return back to the Most High. So I went through all this just to show that comparison. Like, the Most High, He hates these nations. And He loved the daughters of Zion. He loved us. You know? We above these heathens. And so with that being said, we can be as beautiful as we want to be, you know, but the Bible talks about beauty. And we know a beautiful flower lasts how long? Like, I don't know, on an average, a week, maybe? A week before it dies. So the point being, we are all beautiful flowers, but once that flower begins to wither away, what is it that we have that's still beautiful? Well, it's the commandments. So it's more than beauty. It's way more than skin deep. So I wanted to just pull a couple precepts as to what makes us a better woman, because it's not beauty alone that makes us a better woman than these nations. It's keeping the commandments of the Most High. So we get Proverbs 31:30. And it says, favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. And that's true. That's where our inner beauty comes from, fearing the Most High and keeping His commandments. I want to pull Deuteronomy 7:9. It says, know therefore that the Lord thy God, He is God, the faithful God, which keepeth covenants and mercy with them that love Him and keep His commandments to 1,000 generations. That's what's going to preserve our beauty. That's what's going to preserve us to stay the best women. That's what's going to keep us of being a better woman than all the other nations through keeping the commandments. 2 Corinthians 7:2. Or 2 Corinthians 7:1. So I can. And it says, now concerning things whereof He wrote unto me, it is good. So again. Having therefore these promises, dearly beloved, let us cleanse ourselves from all filthiness of the flesh and spirit, perfecting holiness in the fear of God. So that's just keeping ourselves pure and chaste, You know, keeping the commandments, not taking our beauty vain or causing it to be a vain thing, because our beauty is beautiful, but it's more beautiful to keep the commandments of the Most High. That's what's going to make our beauty last. And putting off the filthiness, putting on our righteous robes, our righteous garments, and being the true daughters of Zion. Oh, somebody looked like they tried to sign in. Psalms 111 and 10. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and a good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endureth forever. So always at all times fearing the Most High. With everything that we do, reverence him. It says the beginning of wisdom and good understanding have all they that do his commandments. That's the only way we're going to gain wisdom, which is the instruction on how to keep the commandments, on how to get understanding through keeping the commandments of the Most High. That's the only way. There's no other way around it. Jeremiah 33 and 7. It says, I will cause the captivity of Judah and the captivity of Israel to return, and I will build them as at first. So we got promises in this thing. As long as we continue to be obedient daughters of Zion, we're going to return back home. What the Most High been promising our forefathers and promising us all this time. And all we got to do is keep the commandments. Jeremiah 30 and 3. And it says, for lo, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will bring again the captivity of my people, Israel and Judah, saith the Lord. And I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. So we just got to endure this thing, you know, continue to strive to become virtuous women and maintain that. Continue to be submissive to our own lords. Continue to keep the commandments. Continue to reverence that order, that divine order that the Most High gave us. Let's get it in 1 Corinthians 11, and I believe 3. Let's go to it. First Corinthians 11 and 3, but I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of woman is man, and the head of Christ is God. That's that divine order. So continuing to flow in that order that the Most High set up, that's what's going to cause us to be better women over all these nations. That's what's going to cause us to get the kingdom and return back. I got 2 more precepts, Proverbs 19 and 6. It says, many will entreat the favor of the princes, and every man is a friend to him that gives gifts. That's not the right precept. I don't know what I wrote down. Why I wrote that down. But let's go to the next one. Ephesians 5 and 22. Just being that submissive woman that the Most High intended us to be. He said, wives, submit yourself unto your own husband, as unto the Lord. This is where that beauty comes in. This is where that real beauty comes in from within, that have caused that radiance on the outside to shine beautifully. Being submissive wives. That's what's going to cause us to be better than the other nations. We are already, but we can be even better. You know, we can do better. And then we know Proverbs 31 and 31 is my last precept. It says, give her of the fruit of her hand, and let her own works praise her in the gates. And that sums it up. Give her of the fruit of her hand, and let her own works praise her in the gates. That's beauty. That's that better one. So that's the last precept I got. Sisters got precepts or comments or questions, or y'all can bring it out.
I was just gonna say, from everything that we went over today, as far as what the other nations are doing to try to be like us, and also the hardships they're having as far as the curses they're going through, childbirth and things like that. We also have to look out for them being envious. You know, the Bible talks about different envious spirits on the other nations and how they try to, you know, bring the Israelites against God and keep them from staying true to the commandments and things like that. So we have to look out for that, like mostly in the workplace, because we don't associate ourselves with them, you know, on a daily basis. But in the workplace, we have to look out for that, because sometimes we can get close to those other nations through the workplace. So I just wanted to bring that out.
True, sis. Absolutely. Absolutely. They hate to see me coming because they already know. I don't be sugarcoated. They already know what it is. We're not friends. I'm here to do my job and to wake up my sisters and go home. Ain't no befriending, ain't no small talking, ain't none of that. Just got to keep it real. Matter of fact, I got a precept based off what you just said. Jeremiah 2:33. It says, why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love? Therefore, hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways? So that was a good point that you made in the workplace. But even being in the workplace, we gotta use wisdom and walk circumspect. That don't mean we have to befriend these people. We just gotta tolerate them and get through the workday. But with that being said, we don't trim who we are. We don't trim keeping the commandments. We don't trim being the daughters of Zion. We just move circumspect around them and wisdom. So that's a good point. Sisters got any comments or precepts? Or want to bring out anything? I tried to find stuff on, I had a couple of precepts on the Africans, but far as like pictures and curses and stuff like I found on Esau and Amos, that was hard to find. We know Ham got cursed, you know, for uncovering his father's nakedness. I'm gonna grab that precept real quick. Because I know we know, like, I don't know how many sisters work in the medical field, but I know it's a lot of Canaanites that works in the medical field. And when I say they can't stand the daughters of Zion with a passion, they can't stand us. But even they got cursed too. I'm gonna bring it out. It's Genesis 9:22 through 26. And it reads, it say, in Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brothers without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders and went backwards and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backwards, and they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from his wine and knew that his younger sons had done Salakia, and knew what his younger sons had done unto him. And he said, "Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall be unto his brother." Verse 26, and he said, "Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant." Ham was wicked to even do that to his father. Salakia, but you know what? They can't stand us with a passion. And the feeling is mutual. So it's okay. Sisters, got any more precepts?
Oh, and I do. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. In the book of Esther, going back to the daughters of Zion, the women of Judah, their beauty, right? In the book of Esther, we already know that the king who was looking for the virgin was wicked. But in chapter 2, the way that I understand it is that Esther, she found favor in the eyes of the king, right? It says all that looked upon her. But what I noticed in chapter 2 was that she didn't, while the women were doing their best because they only had one shot to please the king, they were putting on I imagine they were putting on stuff that would accentuate or make them look more beautiful or attractive. But Esther she didn't want any of that. She didn't need it. So when she went before the king, he loved her instantly. It says he loved her above all the women. There was a lot of women. So it just shows you, that the women of Judah are beautiful. And the only thing that the enemy could do was to convince the so-called Black woman that she wasn't beautiful, so they worked really hard to downplay that beauty and even put on, I believe that the culture that a lot of women are in when they're dressed basically like whores or prostitutes, I believe that comes from Edom. I believe it does. It comes from the other nations. And so a woman is Israel and Judah women are being told that they have to look like that in order to be attractive. They don't tell you exactly what you're going to attract, but in order to be appealing or desirable, you have to look like a hoe or a prostitute. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I just thought that was really insightful in Esther, that she didn't need to do all of that, and they didn't know who she was. She kept it a secret, that she was a Hebrew, so yeah. So I just thought that was really very insightful about, in terms of the beauty of this woman.
Right. That's a good point. Because how many sisters today just go out in a natural state?
Not many.
Not adding anything. Just their natural state. Just who you are, what you was born, how you was born, what the Most High gave you. Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's because the strongholds is still there. But our sisters, we gotta realize how beautiful we truly are. We so beautiful. They killing to look like us. They're willing to die to look like us.
Right.
They're getting all kind of staph infections from them blood injections and
BBLs.
lip injections. Face look all lopsided. They don't care. They don't care.
I can't believe what little Kim looks like. She's so ugly. She's so ugly now. She doesn't even look like her. She's unrecognizable.
She looked like a scarecrow. She looked very scary.
Yes.
Very scary.
It's just sad though, because I remember what she looked like a long time ago, and then you see pictures of her from a long time ago, and she was beautiful. Even a doctor, there was a surgeon that was using all of the medical terms that basically tell the other professionals what makes a woman beautiful, and she like nailed all of them, and then now she has none of them. It was sad. It was so sad. And she admits that she was envious of the white woman, that many times her lover would cheat on her with the European, she called them the European long-haired type. So that's what drove her to just basically mutilate herself, because she's not herself anymore.
Sad.
Mm-hmm.
It's very sad. But I got a precept, Psalms 106, 34 through 36. And it says, well, I'm gonna start at 33. It said, because they provoked his spirit, so that he spake unadvisedly with his lips. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. And they served their idols, which was a snare unto them. And that's what happened. That's what happened. We followed after the heathens, we worshiped their idols, and it literally became a snare. It became a snare to us. But again, that's just that agenda. But we're not under that agenda. We are awake. We are awake, and we got to wake our sisters up too. Tell them how beautiful they are without all of that stuff, you know? We don't need that stuff. Jacob's trouble coming anywhere. Where you finna get some 30 inches from? Where you about to go get some eyelashes from? Where are you going to go get some lip gloss from? Where are you getting your heels? You can't get none of that in Jacob's trouble, baby. You got to get used to your naturalness and embrace it. Hey, and that's what it is. Get used to our hair and learn how to manage it. It is what it is. It is what it is. We beautiful without all that stuff anyway.
Just going back to what we were saying about how the other nations would do anything, basically. But one thing we got to remember is that they got a perpetual hate for us. So it's, you know, they're going to do anything, you know what I'm saying, to go against us or to do anything. You know what I'm saying? They're going to do anything because they hate us. So, of course, they're going to try to, like, this brainwashing has been passed down from generation to generation to make us think like we're not beautiful, our hair is not beautiful, or, you know what I'm saying? We look at them and see how they carry themselves, but in actuality, they got all that stuff from us and just flip the script. You see what I'm saying? Anything that you see anybody else, it's nothing new under the sun. So they got everything that they do from us, but the brainwashing is so heavy that we turn around and try to be like somebody trying to take our customs and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. So, yeah.
I was at work and I seen a sister there, and I was waiting for the spirit to tell me to speak to her, because I don't just go speak to any sister unless I hear in my spirit I need to talk to her. But first of all, she was a beautiful sister, y'all. But she came in there with a bleach blonde wig on. And then she had blue contacts in her eyes. And I know nobody could tell her that she wasn't beautiful. She couldn't be told that she wasn't beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And that was the sad part, like seeing, it was sad for me because I could see the self-hatred. Like, you put on a whole mask to cover up your true beauty just to, and our sisters do it for different reasons. You know, they They don't like how they look, or, you know, they want to appease the look that's preferred, you know? And so they'll cover up their naturalness to, I guess, make everybody around them feel comfortable. I don't get it. Y'all don't know how bad I just wanted to tell her, you know, and show her. But we gotta move. We gotta, like I said, move with circumspect, especially in the workplace. We can't just be, we can't just open our mouths and like start bringing precepts out, especially if it ain't led by the Spirit to do so, because, you know, we get ourselves in the jam real quick, especially like with the awakening of Israel, us waking up. They try to call it a hate crime or whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. That was sad to see.
That's another thing our people think, that just because somebody has lighter eyes or this, they don't even know that's a lack of melanin. That's not something that you should want to strive for to have. Like, that ain't, I would never, I don't want no blue hair. I'm good with my dark brown eyes, because that them blue eyes, all of the other kind, that's a lack of melanin. So no, I don't want that. Ever.
True.
Yeah, it's called an abnormality in like the medical field.
Man, look, you looking like Caesar Borgia. Take off that blonde hair and blue eyes, girl. You gotta take it off for real.
You know, it's sad because we don't realize, you know, we so used to the society's norm of beauty. It's been embedded in our minds since TV, you know, before that, magazines, you know, it was always instilled in us that having straight hair, having light eyes, you know, was beautiful. Being what they call fair skinned was beautiful, you know, and to the point now that they're doing that to themselves. They're melting their hair out their heads just to bleach it, or they're wearing all of these weaves and wigs just to be able to look like someone else. And it's so sad that we don't really appreciate our beauty like the other nations do. The fact that they want to look like us. I've had so many people when I was out there in the work field, you know, I had more people more heathens complimenting me on my naturalness, on me being my hair natural, the fact that I was always dressed modestly. You know, they were more impressed by it, and they felt like that was just so great. And you know, and I'm sitting here like, to me, that wasn't a compliment, or that didn't make me feel better, because you know, Edomites and you know, all of them are more impressed with it. But I was like, I felt more ashamed, like my own the women that I was dealing with, or that was like like you say, in the workplace. You want to try to tell them things, but all it's going to do is cause some type of strife in the workplace. And then next thing you know, you getting sent home, or you're the reason that someone is uncomfortable, you know, just because you tell them, you know, you should put on a dress, or you should wear your own hair. You know, it's sad.
I've grown to love myself. One thing I can say is that I'm glad when I get in the shower, my hair, like I remember when I used to get perms, I thought like when I wet my hair, how it would be slick and stuff. But now I'm glad when I wet my hair, it don't be sticking to me like a wet dog. It's still poofy. That water go through there, but I get out. It's like, all right, now, come on. I just wet my hair. Come on. Like, this is what I'm so glad I came into the truth, because like I said before, it was a point in time where I didn't want to go without the eyelashes. I wanted my hair done all the time. Like, it was just like, I felt like I needed those things. But now I just wake up, wash my face, put some oil on my face, and that's it. And go about my day. You got to grow to love yourself, because we was taught to not love ourselves. We was taught to, you know, do things the opposite way. And like Sister Shannon said, that's so modern now. Like 13-year-olds is getting freaking wigs on. They have lace front wigs on their head at 13. Come on now. I was rocking 2 ponytails, 2 puff. You know what I'm saying? Like
barrettes, you know.
Bro, I'm telling you, they got buns, they got nails. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong, get your little nails painted, but I'm talking about these little girls is becoming grown too fast because now modern, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's okay now. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's ridiculous to me.
I'm in a natural hair group on Facebook. I just look on there to get like, it's for children. This is the children's natural hair. Cause I'm like, since I just had a girl for the first time, I'm like, ooh, I need to get some little tips and tricks. So there's a little girl who is 9 years old and her mother shaved her head and bleached it. And she said that this is just because that's her daughter's personality. She loves this hairstyle. And I said, this is ridiculous. And this is supposed to be a natural children group. And her hair is bleached with and did multicolors. She had let her rainbow her hair out. 9 years old.
Let me see. I want to show y'all something real quick that I found. If I can find it. Hold on. Did anybody see the video? It's an old video. I'm trying to find it. It's an old video. It's a little girl. She gotta be about 8 or 9. And her mom was in the bathroom in the mirror and she was combing her wig out. But it was like brown on the bottom and it was blonde on the top and she was combing it. And the little girl was like, Mama, you not Caucasian. Did anybody see that video?
Yes, yes.
I'm trying to find it. Hold on.
You couldn't say Caucasian right, but it was just the whole point of it. She made her mother, that was embarrassing.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull it up. I was just watching it the other day. Oh, here it is. Hold on. Let me see if I can.
Kids have no filter. They gonna say whatever's on their mind.
And then the mama was like, well, what are you? You black. She said, I'm not black. She said, well, what are you? She said, I'm brown. I said, the baby know better than see. I'm about to show y'all the video real quick. Okay. Oh, what happened? I just saved it. Hold on. And it's still not popping up. Hold on. Let's see if it pop up. I don't know why it's so hard to find. Here it is.
I need some more blind.
You think you Caucasian?
What?
Yeah, you think you Caucasian?
You better get. Do you think you Caucasian?
Do you think you Caucasian? Why you got some white hair?
Oh my goodness, Lord Jesus. This is blonde hair, Mariah.
Then why do you have white hair like you think you Caucasian?
Mariah, this is blonde hair.
Why do you think you Caucasian?
Get out of here, Mariah.
You think you Caucasian?
Move, get out.
You don't think you Caucasian. You is brown. You think you Caucasian?
Mariah, I know what color I am.
You think you Caucasian?
No, I do not think I'm Caucasian.
You think you Caucasian?
I just said no.
Well, I think you are.
I don't think I'm Caucasian, Mariah.
Why do you have white hair?
It's blonde hair. It's not white.
Why do you have white hair? You was African America. What's you doing white hair?
Mariah, you better get out of my face.
You
And first of all, it's called African American, not African America. I know what I am.
Why is you Caucasian and you think you Caucasian?
I don't think I'm Caucasian.
Well, why do you have Caucasian hair? Oh.
Little girl, you better Caucasian your butt out of my face. I know what color I am.
Well, you should not be wearing Caucasian hair.
Mariah, this is not Caucasian hair.
That's in your hair.
Mariah, I don't think I'm Caucasian. I know who I am, okay, little girl?
Asian is white.
Okay. What am I, Mariah?
And I know where you are.
What am I?
African America.
African what?
African America.
African America.
And I know that.
First of all, I'm not a Comerica Bank, okay? Okay, so let's clear that up. I am African American.
Why do you have white hair on?
Mariah, black people can wear white hair too, okay? All Caucasians was not born with blonde hair, honey. So do not get it twisted.
They always wear some white hair.
But they were not all born with blonde hair, sweetie. I'm African American, honey. I'm black.
Not.
You not what?
Caucasian.
You what?
I said I'm not Caucasian.
I know you're not Caucasian. What are you? What are you? Tell me what you are.
African America.
African America? That's not how you say it, Mariah.
How you say it?
African American.
I'm African American.
African American. You're gonna have me tongue tied now. Say African American.
African American.
Okay, I'm gonna help you out with that. You're black. I think we both know that.
No, I'm not black. I'm brown.
Okay.
I have white hands.
The baby got more wisdom than her mama, man.
Mm-hmm.
She corrected her. She said, "No, I'm not black. I'm brown." Man, that's to show you the curses on our people. The baby even see we are not black. We are brown people. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
So, wow. When I first seen that, I was just like, wow. Like, it's shameful. It's shameful. It's very shameful. And the kids, the innocent, the babies, they innocent. Their minds ain't been destroyed yet, you know. So they can see with a pure eye. They know that's not right. They like, wait a minute. I ain't never seen, you know, that's normally on a white person.
Hello, my name is Kiara.
Kiara, sorry, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You want to introduce yourself? How long you been in the truth?
Sure. So my name is Kiara. I've only been in it for about 7-8 weeks now. I started searching though about like 4 years ago, and it's been a long journey. Like I'm talking mental health issues, trying to label me bipolar, anxiety, schizophrenia, all types of stuff, you know, and really I learned to realize it was just me awakening and coming into the truth, you know. So yeah, I'm 24. I'm not married. I'm hoping to become married one day. Right now, God is my husband. I don't have any children. Yeah, so yeah.
Wow, all praises, sis. All praises to the Most High. That's a beautiful thing. You said so you knew about the truth 4 years ago, and you kind of just came into the truth?
Well, I started searching 4 years ago. So I grew up Christian. I kind of stepped away from the church as I went to college. And then while I was in school, I started like picking up my Bible daily, trying to just read and get some type of comfort and guidance. And so like that's when I was like doing it on my own, trying to read the Bible, trying to follow along and, you know, practice what it says. But I fell off. And yeah.
So as a babe in this truth, you got any questions? Like about anything? Because I'm sure it's a sister in here that can answer any questions.
Not right now, no. Not right now. But if I do, I'll write them down and hold them to the end or when the opportunity comes.
Well, we kind of just ended. I mean, if any sisters got anything else they want to say or precepts they want to bring out, I mean, I do want to thank everybody for coming and tuning in, taking the time out away from your family to be here tonight and help edify each other.
I want to
go ahead,
Sister Tawana. I wanted to hear her second question.
Okay, so my second question was about the head wrap. So I see all the sisters on here that have the head wraps, and I don't know your actual name, the host of this show.
Oh, you can just call me Sister Zay.
Sister Zay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when I saw your sewing video, you had your head wrapped, but then you could still see your braid. So I didn't know if there was a certain time that you could do that, or it's okay to do that all the time, or what? Because I know everybody like tonight kind of have their whole head covered.
Because let's just get the precept for it, and then we can talk about it. So 1 Corinthians 1:11, and I believe verse 5. All right. It says, but every woman that prayeth or prophesied with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head, for that is even all one as if she were shaven. So basically, the head wrap it symbolizes reverence of your head, which is your Lord and also Yahweh Shai and Yahweh. So that's what the head wrap represents. Now, sisters want to know, do we always have to wear head wraps? No, but with that being said, we are told to pray without ceasing. So we just heard that you can't pray with your head uncovered. I keep, majority of the time, I keep my head covered. And what you were saying about my braids staying out, that's just my hair. But as far as my head was still covered. But I'm not saying that we have to wear our head wraps 24/7. But if you're praying or the word is coming out or you're prophesying in any kind of way, your head should be covered. Because if you don't cover your head, you dishonor the Most High.
Right. So when I was looking it up, I did see that scripture there, and it kind of seemed like from the scripture how I interpreted it was that your hair covered your head. That's why they don't want you to shave your head, because you're seeing your actual scalp, so to speak. So it's like if you covering your hair being shown was not an issue. It's just you're kind of like your scalp actually. Don't have your scalp visible. What do you say to that?
I mean, I would agree to that. You know, I kind of see 9 times out of 10, my head is covered. It is just because, you know, I just don't know what sister I'm gonna speak to at what time I'm gonna speak to her. So I always keep my head covered, because you never know when the Holy Spirit gonna use you to speak to a sister. And then it's profitable just have it with you or have your head covered, because you don't know when you need to pray. Like, if we supposed to pray without ceasing, are you going to just be like, well, hold up, let me go get a hair wrap, cover my head, and then I'll pray? Or hold up, sis, I got some precepts for you, but let me run and go get this hair wrap and cover my head, and then I'll come back. No, it's kind of like you grieving the Holy Spirit, like
Right.
Because it's not grievous for us to cover our heads. You know what I'm saying? Just like any other commandment shouldn't be grievous. So I don't know. In my own opinion, I kind of feel like, you know, sometimes sisters still struggle with whether they want to cover their head or not. And it's more so of like a control thing. But I love my head wraps. I don't have no problem having my head covered. I'll rock my fro from time to time. I let my braids out from time to time. That's not transgression of the law. It becomes a transgression of the law when you're praying or you're prophesying or the word is coming out and your head is uncovered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any sisters want to add to that or think something different than what I said?
I have a question. What step did you say that was that you just read?
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 5.
Okay, thank you.
And we could have got verse 4 too, and that's referring to the man and say every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered dishonors his head. So it's the same, like the man's head should be uncovered when they praying or prophesying. So it's the opposite for us. Ours should be covered.
Okay.
Any more questions?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get your hair braided, why we can't use what's the little cankalon, whatever it is when you braid your hair? Like why you have to use yarn braid, like yarn hair?
Wait, say that again.
Why do you have to use yarn hair when you get your hair braided than the other hair that they normally have, like at the hair store?
You said yarn hair?
Yeah.
She basically she asking why do we have to use yarn instead of regular weave to get like braids or faux locks? You know what I'm saying? The regular cankaline weave. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Synthetic weave instead of, you know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yarn is yarn an idol?
Nope.
Kanekalon hair is an idol. We don't know what they did with that. That represent many different things. You know, that's taken from wherever it's taken, and we're putting it in our hair. Look, a sister needed. Can a sister show me who worship in yarn? I just want to know, because most sisters run from yarn. But the key is to make sure whatever it is you're doing with your hair is not idolatry. You know, and a lot of the weaves and stuff, it literally falls under idolatry. So that's why we got to be careful, like what we put in our hair and stuff.
And that just go along with human hair that we put. Is spirits attached to that hair. So we got to be careful of that too. You know what I'm saying? Because this stuff is videos of people saying like when they get their hair, they feel different or they, you know, they act different. They be put like, it's real life stories of these women being possessed by these hairs because these hairs was sacrificed unto idols. You see what I'm saying? Nobody know the process of what these people go through when they getting their hair shaven or it's taken off. They offering this up to idols. You know what I'm saying? Along with the synthetic. You know what I'm saying? I was watching a video about, you know, when you put that in your hair itch all the time. Like your scalp itch. You be scratching your scalp. They got all type of stuff in it. Bugs. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's in this stuff. You see what I'm saying? And so that's why we just got to be mindful and careful of what we put in our hair. That's why with me, I got my hair locked. Because I know I'm just a low maintenance person. Like I got my hair locked and soon my hair going to be with locks. It's going to be, you know, I don't going to need no weave. It's going to be down my back with, you know, like I want to. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Sister Nakia, have you ever tried yarn locks or braids?
No, I never tried yarn before.
I mean, because I had got to the point where like when we first came into this truth, I was gonna say I wasn't technically bald headed, but I was bald headed. Like my hair was damaged. It was short. It was broken off. It was horrible. It was a mess. It was the curses. It was the curses for real. It was the curses on me. And I would have to say, like, my Lord had told me for years, even before that, he's like, just braid your hair up in little braids and just leave it alone. I was like, I'm not about to wear no little braids in my hair. I'm not doing that. It's a no. I'm not doing that. And it got to the point like when I came into this truth, I started like when I started finding out who I was and like what was required of a woman, my appearance kind of like wasn't priority anymore. You know what I'm saying? I started to kind of fall back from the things that I was doing. Like I was kind of drifting away into the blind weaves, like heavy, like right before I came into this truth, and I had never done that. But I was starting to drift away heavily into the blind weeds. And so when I found out, like, no, we can't do that because that represent leprosy. And that was a curse. And we're not supposed to be putting that stuff in our head. I did exactly what he had been telling me the last 7 years to do my hair. I did that. I put it in little braids. And my braids was pretty. They was healthy. They was curly. And I just left it alone. And over time, like, my hair grew to the point where, like, I mean, it's long now, you know, and I want it to grow longer, but I do use yarn to help add to the weight because, you know, when we add weight to our hair, it causes your hair to grow faster. You know, when we put the yarn in there, it protects your hair where it ain't breaking off. So that's why I use it. But I mean, you know, it's better than the weaves, you know.
Yes, because your hair definitely.
Huh?
Dumb man. Your hair is definitely long. I would never believe you if you said you was bald headed.
I was bald headed. I was cursed and I was bald headed. Look, and I'm not ashamed of it because now I can look at, you know, with the Most High, what He did with me and where He brought me from, man. So I know, like, if He did it for me, He could do it for any of my sisters. You know, we can't just about our looks and stuff. Like I said, coming. You better go grab some of them hair wraps, go get you some shea butter and start coming up with natural remedies to moisturize your hair because they'll weaves and all that's gonna be done.
Sister Nakia, do you think that's gonna be like? Do you think that's something that you can get used to? Like, do you wear like a lot of weave?
Oh, I don't wear weaves no more. I used to. I kind of stopped. Okay. I just wearing like my natural hair and like braids. So I've been kind of wearing braids and my natural hair a lot. Now it's kind of gonna be a little hard for me to kind of get over a braid, but I'm gonna do it with the yarn.
Oh, praise!
Because I feel what y'all saying, like you know, it makes sense.
All praise to the Most High.
So where's everyone from?
I'm from Mississippi.
Okay. I'm in Nashville.
South Bend, Indiana.
Me too. I'm in South Bend, Indiana.
Well, small but boring town. And we in this small little town, Sister Zay.
Tick town.
I'm in Fresno, California.
Okay.
Okay,
California.
Same, Los Angeles.
Oh.
Y'all getting all that real sun down there.
Right. I'm like,
I need some of that.
It was nice.
I'm looking a little pale. Look, I need some sun. Where
haven't kicked in yet.
Sister Havaya. There you go. Where you from, sis?
I'm here in Norfolk, Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sister Yashay, where you from?
We're both in Texas, San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Oh, from Texas.
Is Sister Shannon? Where you from, Shannon?
Detroit.
He from the
Do sisters know what tribe they from?
Judah.
Yeah, I'm Judah too.
Judah.
Issachar.
Issachar.
We got Issachar in the building. Sister Tawana, what tribe you from, you think?
Judah.
Judah. So everybody else from Judah? All right, we got to get some Gadites up in here, some Levites up in here. Who else? Benjamin, Simeon. We got to get all the tribes up in here. Manasseh. Who I leave out?
Zebulon. Dan.
Zebulon, Dan.
Hold on.
Definitely spread the word, sisters, so we can come together in unity, because this is what this is all about. Come together in unity, building each other up through the precepts, through the spirit, because all we got is each other.
Yeah, this was nice tonight.
All praises to the Most High.
All praises.
I don't know if sisters...
Go ahead, Sister J.
I was gonna say, if sisters don't know how to sew, or do know how to sew, but they still trying to like perfect their sewing or whatever, I'm getting ready to start a sewing class / lesson, and I'm thinking it's gonna be every Sunday. I made a post on YouTube for any sisters that was interested in it, but I believe we're gonna start not this Sunday coming up, but the next Sunday for anybody that want to join if they don't know how to sew, or if they do know how to sew and they still want to join.
I know I got this brand new sewing machine and a whole box of fringes. I don't know how to put them on. so I'm out of compliance right now.
Well,
but the Most High know I'm working on it. But
tune in.
First things first, you got them. I said first things first, she got them. She has the fringes. She has what she needs.
They said over here in the box with my new sewing machine.